Daddy born poor, Mama was too. Walking through the snow, plastic bags on their shoes. Papa selling houses, sleeping in a car. 4 babies in the backseat, underneath the stars. Well, hey, hey, just work a little harder. Hey, hey, punching that clock with work and prayer and a little bit of luck. Make so much money, need a 10-ton truck. Ha, 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 ha.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Paul McMann here with Forex Smart Trade. So glad you could join me this morning here at Forex Smart Trade. Our mission is to help you become a successful currency trader and significantly improve the your financial future. And we do that by teaching you how to trade with our proprietary trading indicators. They've been around for a quarter of a century, and we've been teaching people how to trade for almost 15 years now. And we're so confident in how well they work that once we've trained you, we let you trade with our money and split what you make. So with that, let's kind of jump in and see what's available this morning. And we need to start by listening to this guy.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
One of the great things about the program is that we do these live trades. I do 3 of them a week, Monday afternoon and Tuesday and Thursday morning, which you're with me now. And every afternoon, a little after 4, I send out a email with a trade setup so that you can evaluate for yourself how accurate the indicators are once you've been trained how to use them. When you become a member, in addition to the live trades I do, a company also does one at 10 in the morning, which tends to be a little scalp trade, and another one at 10 in the evening, where they're usually going for 10 plus pips. And one of the keys to our traders' success is that we give them specific information on tools that work, and then we're continually training. So even after your initial training, we have 2 trainings every week, one Wednesday evening, advanced member meeting training, and then another one Saturday morning, back to the basics, where we're continuing to review the various strategies. We've got about a dozen different strategies, and you get a chance to ask questions so that you can be on the top of your game. I like to work off of a little checklist that helps keep me focused. Every day, I like to restart my green chart to clear out the memory and pick up any updates that might have been done. At the end of every day, a good practice is to take a look at the trades that didn't go your way and analyze why. And again, because of the simulator, we can go specifically to the specific time you took the trade, recreate what you were looking at, and then evaluate it to see why it didn't move in the way that you thought it should move. Sometimes you do everything right and it still goes the wrong way, but more often than not, there's some reason somewhere, that something that you missed, and the more you can figure that out, the better you'll be. We are technical traders. we are trading strictly based on the price action. However, currency prices also are impacted by news events, and we want to know what those news events are so that we can kind of trade around them, and we can get that at forexfactory.com. Forexfactory.com breaks news down into 3 categories: yellow, which is low impact, and generally don't worry about those; orange, which is medium impact. I don't usually worry about those, but the red ones I do worry about, and I try to trade around. These are high impact. And this morning at 8:30, unemployment claims are going to be announced. I like to be out of or not have open positions 2 hours beforehand. I found that this information, especially when it's public or when it's published, this information is already figured out, and they're just announcing it at this specific time. What happens is it starts to leak, and based on whether it's above or below people's expectations, it moves the market. So by the time the indicator picks it up, the news is impacted, and so the market before the news might have been telling you buy, but the news causes it to sell. So it's easier just to be out of the market. So we're not going to trade the USD this morning because we're within that 2-hour time period. When we train you, we have a dozen different signals, and we're going to create a trade plan that's designed specifically to your preferences and your availability to trade and your risk preferences. The one I'm going to do this morning, and the one I principally do, is something called the 10-point trade. In the morning, I'm doing it off of, or during the day, I like to trade off of a 1-hour chart. 1-hour chart lets me get in and get out. Typically, a trade's going to close within 1 to 3 hours, and it's going to be worth anywhere from 5 to 35 pips. And I'm generally looking for 11 pips to get in. And if I can do that 3 times a day, I will have a pretty good day. And what this strategy does is it tries to get all the lines to line up from all 3 sections of the chart. And when all 3 lines, and when they all line up, that's a high probability the move's going to be in that direction. And if I can catch it in that direction, we can make some money. So with that, let's take a look. The chart I am trading off of is something called the Light 6 Major. It's one of the standard layout charts. It's a composite chart. It's giving us 6 different currency pairs, all on a 1-hour chart. This first chart is all U.S. based pairs. I start with the middle section of the chart, which is the majors and the minors. The red and green line is the major indicator. The black and gray line is the minor indicator. This horizontal blue line is what we call the overbought line. A horizontal red line is the oversold line. So what I want to do is catch the market when it's either overbought, the lines are up here, or oversold, the lines are down here. And I'm going to enter a trade when we're overbought and the lines are going down, or we're oversold and the lines are going up. And then I want to ride it through the channel. So we can't quite see back here, but I could have ridden it through the channel and got my 11 pips. So here we're overbought and everybody's still going up. Now, can I make 10 pips when we're overbought and it's going up? Yes, I can. It's just not part of my trade plan. I want to reduce the risk because when it's going up here, when it's overbought and going up, I don't know how much more up there is. And I don't want to get stuck holding a trade when it does that. So here, it turned when it was almost overbought, and that was worth 33 pips in 2 hours. So that's enough, on an 11 pip trade. I could have picked up 11 pips had I taken a sell here. I would have been probably stopped out. So I want things set up the way that gives me the highest probability of the trade doing what I want. So we're going to pass here. Euro USD. Here we were in the channel and it turned. I don't like to specifically trade when it's in the middle of the channel and the turn. Had I seen this at the top of the hour, this turn, I might have traded on it just on the Euro USD. And you can see it was worth, it was worth 7 pips here. You could have got it all the way up to 11 pips if you took the wick. Looks like there's a little bit of a support or resistance line up here. So this is a no-go here. Pound USD. So what we're maybe seeing right here is whatever that news that's coming out, it's starting to leak and it's causing this turn. But again, we're not going to try to guess what the news is. We're just going to stay out of it. Pound USD, we're just reaching oversold, going up. USD Canadian dollar, oversold, going down. So nothing there. Dollar Swiss franc, oversold. Majors coming up, minors going down. So I don't have agreement. I want all the lines to agree. When they all agree, the signal is stronger. US dollar yen, oversold, going down. So nothing on this chart. So I've cloned this chart. I've got a second chart that's got another 6 currency pairs. These are non-US pairs. So let's see what we've got here. Euro pound. We're just reaching oversold, still going down. And it's very steep. This would have been, had we caught this up here, this was a nice move. Probably wouldn't have caught it till the second hour, but even on the second hour, there's, how many pips was this worth? 13 pips. So even if you caught it when the slope changed here, right here, you still don't quite have the signal when this is coming down. But over here, you definitely have the signal. Australian dollar yen, overbought, going up. We're not going to trade the Australian dollar yen at this time of day off of a 1-hour chart because it is it's 9 in the evening in Australia and 8 in the evening in Japan. So we want one of the markets to be actively trading. For those who were following the Women's World Cup, the Matildas went down to England yesterday morning. I watched the match as my wife was just there and became a Matildas fan. England was kind of favored to win, so they were supposed to win. Australia had gone a couple rounds beyond their expectations. They get to the semifinals, so good for them, and looked like a good bunch of girls who were said the right things in terms of being good sports. Euro Canadian dollar, oversold. Minors coming up, majors haven't turned yet. Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar in the middle of the channel or 3/4 of the way through the channel going up. Again, we're not going to trade either of these because it's evening in both of those markets. Pound yen, oversold. Everybody's going up, and we have the double cross. Those are the 3 elements that I'm looking for. 1, oversold. 2, the lines are going up, and 3, the green lines on top and the gray lines on top. So we've got all 3. I like the steepness on the green line. We're a little bit less than halfway. The green line hasn't hit the halfway mark yet, so that I'll consider it being less than halfway. And so 3 points here. When I have the 3 points here, I'm going to jump up to the TNTs and count how many lines are supporting the buy signal we're seeing here. So 2 orange lines are going up, the thick and the thin. Dotted blue is coming down. The blue lines are inversely related. So when blue comes down, that means buy. So 3 of the 4 are telling me buy. And on the pressure, I want the lines going up or the green line on top. Here I've got sideways pressure. Green line's going up, red line is going down. I really want the up pressure, but let's go ahead and just take a look. Let's go ahead and take a look, do a little bit more investigation on this. So we're looking at a buy on the pound, JPY. Well, now both are going down. Now it's flat. So let's just take a look. And my confirmation is looking at what the 2 and the 4 hour chart are doing. And ideally, I like to catch them both oversold. And the reason being is if this is oversold, eventually it's going to turn. So if this is what we were just looking at, you can see it's pulled back quite a bit. It was almost touching the line, and now it's just kind of entering the channel, the green line. If this is oversold, if this signal weakens, I can still pick up the trade off of the 2 or the 4 hour. So I like to see this oversold, which it just touched and it started to turn. That's okay, but here, not quite so okay because it didn't get to oversold yet. It's starting to turn midway through the channel. I really prefer it to be down here because this tells me that there still could be more down in the move. So again, I'm not convinced of this trade. But the next piece of my analysis is to figure out what it's worth. And to figure out what it's worth, I'm going to open a clean chart and see where we are in respect to support and resistance. So we're trading into an uptrend. So taking a buy into an uptrend would be okay. And we're in this channel, and you can see it went up to this, it went up to the resistance line, and then bounced. So we have 13 pips up, about 13 pips up, and let's see how much we have down. $19 pips down. Go back and take one more look at it. I'm going to pass because even we get the green line going up, but the red line is flat, and because we don't have both of these oversold yet, so I'm gonna pass on this one. So let's keep going and see what else we have. Euro Australian dollar oversold. Miners have started to turn. Majors are going down, so nothing there. And one of the things is having the discipline to not, generally we always kind of want to take a trade or wish a trade that isn't quite ready yet. and it's better to pass on the trade and not lose the money, because if the trade goes the wrong way, it's a lot more work to get back to break even than to have passed on the trade. So I'd rather wait and find my setup, because I only need a couple of them. If I can find it a couple times a day, I'm doing good, and you're doing good. So here, Canadian dollar yen oversold going down. Euro New Zealand dollar oversold. Major still going down. Minors have turned, so it's not there yet. Pound and New Zealand dollar oversold. Everybody's kind of going up here. And we do have the double cross where the green is on top and the gray is on top. What I don't like is that the green line is so far away from entering the channel. The slope of the green line here is a little less than 45 degrees. I prefer it to be minimum 45 degrees or steeper. So we do have 3 here. When we go up to our TNTs, thick orange is going up, dotted blue is coming down. So I only have 2 of the 4 here. I want 3 of the 4. So this is confirming that what I was thinking here, that this isn't quite ready yet. This gap here is too big, and the steepness of the green line isn't quite there yet. So we're going to pass. And then, of course, the pressure is down with the red line on top. So the pressure's not even close. New Zealand dollar yen overbought, and everybody's kind of going sideways. New Zealand dollar USD overbought, everybody going up. Euro Swiss franc oversold, everybody's going up. And I do have the double cross, greens on top, grays on top. And we're entering the channel, so I like that. The slope of the line has gone from less steep to more steep, and it's just about 45 degrees. So 3 points here, 2 orange lines going up, thick orange and thin orange, dotted blue coming down. So 3 of the 4 are telling me three of the 4 telling me buy, but I don't have the pressure. Down pressure, and it's steep down pressure right now because the lines are close together, and the red line is on top. The green was on top, but it's gone under. So without the pressure being here, we're going to pass. So let's go to the next group. Australian Canadian dollar overbought. Major still going up. Swiss franc yen, 3/4 of the way through the channel going down. Euro yen oversold. Majors going down steeply. Minors starting to lose gas. Pound Australian dollar, majors starting to turn, minors coming up, not there yet. Swiss franc or New Zealand dollar, Swiss franc overbought, everybody's still going up. And Canadian dollar, Swiss franc, we're kind of 3/4 of the way through the channel. Minors are going up steeply. Majors, they're more than halfway, and the slope of the green line, there's a little kink in here where it's going from more steep to less steep. Generally, I don't like to trade on something where the line's going, green line's going from less steep to from more steep to less steep. So we're going to pass. All right. So we've just gone through 24 pairs, and we didn't see a good setup. But one of the nice things is that we do have multiple strategies that we can use. So I am going to switch gears and use a second strategy. This is a little scalp strategy that you can use when there's 5 minutes left in the hour, 5 minutes or less left in the hour off the 1 hour chart. And what it is doing is it's looking at what the position of the thick orange line is. And this thick orange line is a scaled number. When it's as high as it can go, it is at 10. So when it's at 10, the thick orange line thinks there's no more up in the movement. There's no more up in the movement. That's a good time to sell. However, we don't want to trade just on one piece of information because we've got lots of information here. So when I see this 10, I want to confirm it by looking at where the red line on the majors is. And if that red line on a 10, if that red line is above the blue line, and I want it above the blue line, not just touching the blue line, that's worth 5 pips. 5 pips sell. So here we've got part 1 of the trade, but I don't have part 2 because this is telling me there's still a little bit more up in the movement. So let's see if we can find a 10 or a 0 or within one point of either end. So 10, we don't have it here. 8 isn't close enough. 1.9 isn't close enough. 0.5 is close enough. 0.5 is close enough. That's within 1. And my red line is below. My red line is below, and it is daytime in Europe. Needs to be daytime in the market. So this is worth a 5 pip buy. You can take it in your simulator. I'm going to take it on MetaTrader 4. So let's open it up. So MetaTrader 4. I don't have Euro Yen on here, so I'm going to go to File, New Chart, and Euro Yen will probably be in this third group. Euro Yen is right here. I'm going to change it to a 1 hour chart, so I'm looking at the same thing. And I'm going to go to New Order. This is a demo account. It's got $9,500 in it. So my lot size is going to be a function of how much is in the account. And I can figure it out by moving the decimal place over 4 spots. So 0.9, I'm going to round up to 9.6. So I can take anywhere from half of this, take it from here to half or here to double. And it depends if I want to take other trades. If I didn't want to take any other trades, I could double it. If I planned on taking some more trades, I would half it. But as it stands, I can have 2 open trades. So we're going to do a market buy. And it's recorded. Once it's recorded, I'm going to right-click on it. I'm going to go to Modify. And this trade is worth 5 pips. 5 pips equals 50 points. You just add an extra 0. If I click the modify, the copy button, it does the math for me. And we're going to use a 4-to-1 on this because the accuracy is close to 90%. So if I win 9, I'm ahead 45. I lose 1 for 20. I'm still ahead net 25. And click the little red button. It does the modification. And then I'm going to go to modify. And here's where we're at. So we've got we took a buy on the Euro Japanese Yen with a take profit of 158,939, 158,939, and a stop loss of 158.670. I expect this to close within the next 2 hours. What happens is when we see this setup, this is at 0 or effectively 0. And these lines, the red line is below the red line. It's like pulling a rubber band. And when the candle changes, we're going to get a little snap. Now, some people like to see, they will wait actually till the candle changes, and they'll want to see this number change by like a 1. So let's see. I am comfortable enough that when I see it, I don't need to wait for that, but let's see what happens. I've traded it enough. All right, and you can see it's jumped to 2.3. So it's changed, jumped by more than 1. So as I said, I expect this in the next 2 hours. Okay, gang. Thanks so much for joining me. We will do this again Monday afternoon. If you're interested in learning how to trade, you're going to need a couple things. You're going to need 3 things. One is you're going to need good tools, which we have. 2, you're going to need a good mentor, which we have. All of our coaches are very good traders, and they're not doing it for the money. They're doing it as a means of giving back because trading's been very good to them. And 3, we need you committed to wanting to do this and putting the time and effort in. If you put the time and effort in, we can teach you how to do it. Okay, great. Thanks so much. We will see you Monday afternoon. Bye-bye.